Welcome, everyone, to Backstage. It is June 17th. I cannot believe I'm saying that it is June 17th in the year of 2026. That is wild. You know what's also wild? My closet. And I can tell you that it's wild because I recently moved and sold my house and put most of my belongings in not one, but two 10-foot by 15-foot storage units. That's right. Along with bringing a U-Haul of stuff down to my parents' house where I'm temporarily staying. And my biggest challenge in this last move was my clothing and my shoes, because I have all these different closets. I have everyday wear, I have old corporate wear, I have old party cocktail gala nightwear. I, of course, have the whole athleisure section that got very well developed during COVID. And I really struggled this time around in moving to let go of anything. I think in part because my life is kind of up in the air right now. I don't know where I'm going to be, who I'm going to be 6 months, 12 months from now. So I was like, had this feeling that I couldn't part with anything. So I kept almost everything. I think I took like 2 bags of clothes to the Goodwill. And normally in a move like this, I would probably have taken like 8 to 12 bags. And so I'm very excited for our guest tonight. We've recently become friends, although I'm really surprised that we hadn't met sooner because we've been dancing around all the same people in the greater Seattle area for the last 2 decades. But Tannya is here, and she is the founder and CEO of The Closet Edit. And she is here tonight to talk to us about finding our style. And as people in recovery, whatever, or sobriety, whatever labels work for you, you know, I don't care. Um, it is always part of our evolution process as we're trying to figure out who we are. I know that in my early years of sobriety, I was like, who am I if I'm not the going out club girl, right? And then it's continued to evolve. And now I'm trying to figure out who am I at the age of 50, right? So we're always evolving, and our closet should be too. Mine is not, because I'm hoarding, and I'm hopeful that that is at least one tiny part of your talk tonight, Tannya. But I'm very excited to introduce you all to her. She has an amazing presentation she's going to walk us through, and then we will follow up when she is done with a little Q&A. So with that, I will turn it over to you.
Thank you so much for having me here. I am excited to talk about finding your style. And let me just tell you, I've been doing this 17 years, so I can talk about all different types of body types, life transitions. But today we're going to focus on finding your style and 3 ways to change the way you shop and you update your wardrobe. So we will be talking about the closet. The business is called The Closet Edit, which I believe the closet is key to developing what your style is. We're going to talk about how to integrate your body type, your life, and your personality to your style. There is no cookie cutter way. I know people wish that they could just buy a generic capsule wardrobe and fit these neutrals that mix and match together. But even when you get that, you want more because sometimes it doesn't feel like you. So today we're going to talk about how to do that. We're also going to shift our mindset from feeling frumpy, uninspired, disconnected from our personal style to confidently wearing outfits that help us look and feel our best. So this is a mini virtual training experience that I'm going to walk you through, that I actually go through the process with my clients when I work with them one-on-one. So if you are watching, of course, we love a good Insta moment. So if there's anything that resonates with you, feel free to take a photo. You can tag us at thecloset.edit, and I'll love to share it after the class. So you are here today because you are questioning what to wear or even what to do with your closet. So these are the top struggles that people have. One, you haven't shopped in a long time because you don't even know where to start. Number 2, you do buy new clothing, but you don't quite like the fit of it. Number 3, you don't even know what your style is in general. Number 4, you don't know, you don't wear what you buy. So you buy a ton of things and then you're not even wearing it. And you feel like you have a closet full of things and nothing to wear. And number five, you just know you need a style update because you try something on and take it off and try something on and take it off and are very indecisive with what to wear on a daily basis. So I want to know, which one are you relating to right now? Which one are you feeling? And it could be all of them. It could be all of them.
I think for me, I am probably a little bit of all of them, but I'm not wearing all the things that I have bought. I have great outfits in my closet and I don't wear them, especially because I work from home so
Yeah.
much of the time. And so I'm like, I don't need to get dressed up for myself, but I'm starting to kind of wonder, like, maybe I do. Amy, what about you? We're a small group tonight, so you can feel free to chime in.
Okay, I said all of the above, and I could totally relate to everything Tanya just said and everything that you said before Tanya started speaking, Elise. And my main issue is that um, I've I have 8 kids, so I've been pregnant 8 times, and I just finally, maybe 5 years ago, got rid of all of my maternity clothes, but I had clothes for every size, from size 0 to size 16, and every genre within that. And so the last thing I'll say is that now I'm 49 and I have no idea what to wear anymore because I'm certainly not going to wear what my daughters are wearing. I know it's still like the 90s clothes thing, but I didn't like them then and I don't like them now. So, but I'm not quite ready for Chicos. So I'm somewhere in between that 90s and Chicos.
Yes, and you both are actually, which we're going to talk about today, in that transitional time of your life where you're trying to define now who you are, especially after your kids are done growing up. Now it's time for you where you're like, okay, now I don't have to wear everything that's super functional, but what is my lifestyle now? Who am I as this woman with my kids all grown up? Who am I now? What am I doing? So, yes, you're in all of them in the moment. Um, Today, I want to help you explore trying something new and changing the way that you shop. So, I want you to forget quick fixes like I talked about, like buying this magical capsule wardrobe that doesn't exist, or doing style boxes with generic pieces that go out to everybody when you take a quiz. And then also shopping without a plan. So, I'm very much a person that is intentional with the way I shop with people, regardless of what your budget is, because the goal is that we want you to be able to wear things that you buy. Like that is the ultimate goal, and learn how to wear things in multiple ways. So, again, I'm Tannya Bernadette. I've been doing this 17 years. I have a team of stylists that work with me, and we believe that through the transitions of your life, you find out who you are every time. So your style evolves with you as you are changing in your life. There is not one style that will be with you forever. Sometimes there is a core part of you that stays, but it will develop through time with body changes, with things that happen with your skin. Maybe different fabrics feel good or don't feel good anymore, the activities that you're doing, where you live, your career. So everything changes with time. This method that I'm sharing with you, my 3-step method, is actually something I've been doing for the past 17 years. And it's provided me opportunities to be on television, different podcasts, host events. At a moment in time, I was a magazine stylist here in the area as well. But I really have a deep passion for helping people see the potential that they have in this next version of themselves. And I do work with both men and women in helping them do this. So I want you to imagine what it would feel like to look in the mirror and feel put together every day, even though life is chaotic, because that's the thing. Life is chaotic, but you want to feel put together when you step out of the room. So today we're going to talk about 1, how to get clear on your style goals; 2, edit down your closet at least; 3,
Ooh.
try something new; and 4, talk about how to work with me; and 5, Q&A. So you're not the same person as you were 5 years ago. I know it's completely obvious, but we forget that when we look into our closet and are trying to think about what to wear. We try bringing something back that reminds us of our past selves. I like, Elise, how you mentioned, like, you're not that party girl anymore. So you're not going to have the party clothes. You're not going to ever gravitate to that. With corporate wear, you aren't in that space. And obviously, I don't know what your goals are, but with the short time that I've talked to you and your creativity and inspiration, I don't necessarily think you're going to go back to corporate. And if you do, corporate is a different giant now. You are not going to be wearing suits head to toe. So life has changed. You are not that person you were 5 years ago. And sometimes you have to remember that when you're going through things in your closet and thinking where you're at now and what you want for yourself in the future. So your style will change in different transitions: getting sober, having children, getting divorced, new career move, traveling more often, body changes. And the major benefits of learning more about your style is that you have clothing that you can dress up and that you can dress down. I think that's really important. When you're thinking about everyday wear, you want pieces that can easily transition to different parts of your life. If you feel like your style is all over the place and you haven't truly defined what your style is, and that makes it hard when you're getting dressed. You also want better decision making. Again, it's not necessarily about budget, it's in general decision making when you're shopping and you're getting dressed. The less clutter you have in your closet, the more clear it is for you. Even for myself, I love fashion. Fashion for me is an art, but I am like honed on what I like, what is intentional, what feels like me right now, and what I'm stepping into. And even with clients, I have a few clients I've been actually working with for 17 years. And you would think that they'd have a giant wardrobe, but we're always condensing, making sure that everything fits right and mixes and matches well together. You also need to stop trying to make things work in your life and your closet. If something is not working, stop trying to make it work. It's just not going to work. And when you keep doing that, it's very frustrating. So let's talk about getting clear on your style goals. I want you to share with me why shopping has been so hard for you. What's the hard part about shopping?
For me personally, it's because I like it too much. I mean, I definitely have gone through shopping addictions where I compulsively buy things.
Oh yeah.
I like it's very if I go to meet Amy for lunch at the Nordstrom Cafe, like I'm definitely gonna buy something I don't need because I just really like it on the rack. And then I'll get home and be like, oh, you have like three other versions basically of the same thing.
Yes.
Happens all the time.
Yes. We're going to talk about that too. Okay. So when you shop, we mentioned this, usually when people go shop, they go without a plan. They go without evaluating their current closet situation and without having a direction. So here is a shopping cycle that people get stuck in. You feel like you have nothing to wear. You pull out something that you've been wearing on repeat. You're bored of it. You hop online. Nighttime shopping is huge right now. Scrolling, add it to cart, add things to cart, add things to cart. And then the orders come in and it looks like the same thing that you've already had. And then you aren't going anywhere with your style. So big cycle that people get stuck in. First of all, we need to get clear on your own goals. So taking away the noise of what's around us is really hard because obviously with Instagram, right now while we're talking about this, you'll probably see things pop up on Instagram that are new with new brands and shopping and style because it's listening to us. But taking out the noise for just a minute and really being in silence and reflecting is going to make a huge difference before you step out and shop again. So questions that you need to ask yourself. Awareness. What isn't working for you in your wardrobe right now? Getting clear on that. You need to set your intention. How do you want to show up in this next chapter of your life? 3, add your story to it. What would change in your life if you felt confident in what you're wearing? And number 4, stop the cycle. What beliefs, habits, or stories you need to let go of to move forward? And that part is deep. Sometimes it tends to be things that you didn't even realize until you actually sit down in silence with yourself.
Mhm.
So you can write a journal entry or you can just answer the questions however feels best for you and processing information or doing it on your phone in the Notes app. So here's an example of a client, the power of getting clear on what you want. My client, Jennifer, she said, I also just got promoted to director. I'm officially an executive at Amazon. Thanks so much for your help again. I think what we wear impacts how we show up and feel, and working with you helped me on my path to promotion. So since then, actually, this is from 5 years ago. She just got another promotion, and she moved across the country. So we had to like elevate her wardrobe again as another executive above Amazon where she was before. So it just changes the way that you show up in the room. It changes the way that people around you are seeing you in your career. Number two, edit down your closet. Why we start here. So the reason why I call the business a closet edit, we actually changed the name in 2016. In 2009, when I started the company, it was called Tannya Bernadette. But we realized that people didn't come to us and have a bigger issue. Like people thought that they just needed to shop, but we realized in our process that the closet edit part was so essential because that's where we get to know the client, see what they're naturally gravitating to, see what they're avoiding in their closet and why, and we're able to see the gaps. So in our process, before we do any shopping, this is one of the most important parts of the process. And to be effective with shopping, you need to take notes from your closet. And this is actually super important that people do not do. I have not heard anybody tell me that they have ever done this before in their closet. But number one, you need to take note and write, what do you have enough of? Maybe it's the overalls, which means next time you go buy overalls, you're not going to buy another overall unless it is so unique or from a special designer that you admire or just something totally different than what you currently have. Sometimes it's like black t-shirts. You keep buying black t-shirts. Where are the gaps? So when you're getting dressed, what is that piece that feels like it's always missing? A lot of people tend to say tops for Zoom calls. They're like, I have like full outfits and going out stuff, but for Zoom, it has to be put together, but not too formal, but not casual. That tends to be a huge gap. What are the gaps that you have in your closet? Maybe it's a pair of shoes. You're getting dressed and you're like, none of my outfits work because I do not have the right shoe. So taking inventory of that so that next time you shop, Elise, next time you go to Nordstrom and you have that lunch moment, you have your list on your phone and you're like, okay, I'm gravitating towards denim. I already have a ton of denim, but I actually need new shoes. Let me go down to the Nordstrom shoe section instead. Reroute. So rerouting yourself because it's easy to go what we feel comfortable with doing. Always easy. That's our habit. We know what we like and we keep going towards it. So you need to get out of that. Number three, what needs to be updated and why? There might be things in your closet that you love. Like maybe there is a dress that you love. It's casual. It goes with everything. You can throw it on, but you've had that thing for years. It's dying. It's falling apart. And it's so hard to let it go, but you can find a new version now. So that could be on your list too. If you've ever worn clothing that doesn't look good on you, doesn't feel good, makes you feel self-conscious, you keep tugging at it, you're trying to find a way to make it work, it goes against how you actually want to show up. So I'm giving you permission to let those pieces go. Price point doesn't matter. You're not going to wear it still. To update your style and move forward, you have to let go of what's holding you back. Anything that doesn't fit right or align with your goals must go. Of course, there's those maybes, and those maybe pieces can always stay, but taking out what is definite no's should definitely go. So here are 5 things that you can donate. Things that are too small or too big. Of course, I know, obviously, these are more generic rules. I know some people do fluctuate in weight, so you do need some of those other sizes, but they can be put into another closet or a different corner of your closet so it's not mixed in with your everyday stuff. Clothing that was you 5 years ago or more. Again, I know there are some pieces that are special that they have memories to them, or you're like, I want to pass it on to my kids. Totally fine. Again, should go to a different section of your closet. Things that you don't feel good wearing. You try it on and then you take it off every time, but you keep it because of the price, because someone gave it to you. Those things can go. It doesn't fit your lifestyle anymore. So full on suits. And even if, you know what, even if you were to have to wear a suit again, you'd probably want something modern that made you feel like you now and not something from back then that you're like, oh my gosh, I feel like the stuffy person from this job I used to have and not like this butterfly I am now in my career, you know? So take out things that don't fit your lifestyle anymore. things that look old, dated, or faded. And this one's hard because, again, sometimes those faded, dated pieces are pieces that you've loved and have had a great life. But you do need to be honest and be like, does this actually look put together still, or does it look frumpy at this point? So, power of learning from your closet. So, this client, Claudia, she came to me in her mid 30s. She was struggling to shop. She was like, her mindset was stuck on buying things that were inexpensive, but it was because she didn't know what to actually invest in. So, she ended up working with a dating company. Then she ended up working with me and realized I am not getting the matches I want, and this isn't like the style I want. This isn't something I could wear on a date and feel good wearing. So, when we went shopping, we elevated her style. She had the money to do this. She just didn't know what to buy. So we ended up getting some great jewelry, this beautiful matching set from Veronica Beard. Like, we changed her closet. And then she wrote a review through an email sharing like how she didn't, her blinders were on. She couldn't realize like how she could see the difference and what to buy and everything, but it made a huge impact in how she felt, the dates she was getting afterwards too.
That fit is so cute. Like it's so cute. Uh-huh.
It's so relaxed, and you can break it apart. You could do like just a basic
Uh-huh.
t-shirt and some flat sandals. I love things that you can dress down and dress up easily. It's my favorite. Um, oh yeah, and you were instrumental in helping release my habitual shopping mistakes. Because she was just going to like TJ Maxx and Ross and Macy's because she's like, I don't want to invest in anything. I don't even know what to buy. But then we invested in the right things. She loves it and she wears it and feels good in it. So having that shopping plan, answering those questions of looking in your closet, evaluating it, that's how you make your shopping plan. It gives you a direction on what you should be looking for. So if you can open up your closet to pieces that fit well, how would it change your life? How would it change your life day to day? I want you to think about that. Okay, number 3, our last section. Try something new. And this is one of my favorite things because, again, we get stuck in what we know, what is comfortable. We purchase all the colors of one style. You continually go back to what you know. You're shopping from Instagram on what fits people beautifully off of Amazon, and you buy it, it looks like a piece of shit. You're buying things on sale because you're scared to pay full price, but then you don't end up wearing it and it's still expensive. So, looking at things that are dated and modern. I like Amy, how you mentioned you're like, I did not like the 90s back then. I don't like it now. Totally fine. You don't have to like it now. We're going to talk about how to make something that is quote unquote dated look modern. You could do it in multiple ways. And here we're talking about skinny jeans and wide leg. Obviously, right now there are a ton of jeans. You could do wide leg, you could do barrel, you could do the girlfriend fit, the boyfriend fit, so many different styles. But for some people, you know what? They still like a great skinny jean, and it's fine. So just finding ways that you can update it and make it feel more modern is the key. If there is something, again, that feels good to you and it feels part of your personal style, you do not have to change everything completely. You can make small changes or update an old look with new pieces that you get. So for example, let's just say you want a skinny jean. Add a cool, relaxed blazer, or add a blazer in a new color that you like. Get a t-shirt, dress it down, get some cool loafers, a simple piece of nice jewelry. Like there are ways that you can make something that is outdated feel modern by the way that you style it. I'm curious for both of you, with new styles, what have you tried and not liked recently?
Mm. Well, the barrel style was new to me and it's been kind of hit or miss. I've definitely done more online shopping in the last 6 to 12 months than in person. And I'm which isn't a smart thing for me because I'm terrible at returning things. I just don't. Like they just sit there, right? Um and while I like a barrel jean, including a barrel overall, Not all barrels are created equal, I have learned. And so, and then the other thing that I think that I have been challenged with is I've been on a weight loss journey. Thank you, GLP-1s, which is great, but I'm still dressing for the heavier weight. I'm still hiding in my clothing, and wearing things that are, according to my friend Sarah, 2 sizes, 3 sizes too big for me. And somehow I'm just still not making the connection that I need to size down. Even when I buy new things, I'm buying them too big.
Yeah, very common, very common. Yeah, I like that you brought that up because sometimes people forget that if they try something once, let's just say they try the barrel jean and it was, I'm just gonna put brands out there. It was from cut from the cloth and it looked horrible on you. Then they think all the barrel jeans are gonna look horrible and then they don't try it again. So making sure that you try different brands before you decide that is not for me is very important.
Mhm.
Amy, do you have anything to share?
Okay, I do. And this is an older example because I can't think of a recent one, but I mean, I'm going to say it was the mid 2000s, like around 2006. I found myself in basically nothing but Lululemon groove pants, which if you remember those, they're not bell bottoms, but they were kind of the wide leg at the bottom yoga pants. Well, then at that time, everyone started wearing the running tights ish style that Lululemon was putting out. And I remember I was just like, I can't go there. Like in my mind, I could not go there. And I tend to pick up on a trend when it's actually been so long that it's on its way out of being a trend. Then I finally get the balls to try it. And that's what happened is I did that same thing. I tried the running tights look from Lululemon, could not stand it for the first couple of weeks, was very embarrassed, felt self-conscious, like you said in one of your other slides. And now to this day, I'm still wearing those. So I think my problem is I get stuck in a rut and I have trouble mentally backing out of that parking space. But then when I do, and I don't want to say force myself to do it, but kind of like heavily nudge myself to try it, then a lot of times I can be surprised, but it takes a little bit of prodding for me,
Yeah,
sadly.
I will say that with clients, especially clients that have more of a feminine style, right now has been hard because things are like a bit more boxy, oversized. So staying true to your style is always important. So for example, even with clients right now that have more of a feminine style, when we are integrating some modern pieces, I make sure that we find feminine ways to wear it so it doesn't feel so out of their element. And that kind of goes back to that slide where we talked about how to make something that is quote unquote dated look more modern. And there are little tricks or ways to do that, but always finding a way to bring it back to your style is so important. But yeah, trying new things is hard. It is hard. But again, never be discouraged about the process. That is where you find more about yourself, about what you like and you don't like. But I also encourage people, and I tell clients this a lot. I'm like, I just challenge you to wear it once. And usually when people leave the door and they wear something with my help, and I'm like, I promise you it is your style. I'm not putting you in something that isn't you. It looks good, or else I would not have you walk out that door because my name is on it when I'm telling you to buy it. They get compliments, people say things, it lights them up. And I hear it all the time. They're like, that ended up being my favorite piece. Who would have thought? Like, I would have never chosen that. So I always challenge people. I'm like, just try it, walk out the door. Um, Again, handling new styles, you don't have to like everything that is on trend. You don't have to like everything that is new, but it is nice to be able to expand your wardrobe, expand yourself in the process in developing different things that you can wear because it's so easy to get bored with what we have because we're scared to try other things. So for jackets, for example, trying different jackets that are not blazers for work that you could wear casually, midi dresses instead of short skirts, something that has a little more flow than everything tight. Being able to explore things that look classy and finding the right way to do it. So, Are there stores that you've enjoyed shop? Elise, I'm curious about you too, because you mentioned a lot of online shopping. Are there online stores that you really enjoy right now?
Well, Nordstrom is always like the go-to. Like Nordstrom in my mind is just the staple along with the Rack. I love nothing more than finding a gem at Nordstrom Rack. It's just like to me it's like hunting. But some other I've been what I've noticed about my style in the last year or two, it's I don't know if it's nostalgic, but it's very playful, bold, kind of outrageous. Amy and I were recently went to Nashville and I can't remember exactly now what I think I was wearing like leopard overalls and a crazy like spray paint trucker hat. And this man pulled me aside in the store and asked if he could take my picture and I was just like, yeah, sure, whatever, like I didn't even, think about it. But and like jelly sandals, I got a pair of jelly sandals this year, and then I bought 8 more pairs. I actually wrote a whole article about it, and I have no regrets. They're very comfy this time around. They were not in my teenage years, right? No, fortunately, there's no blisters this time around, but I'm finding that I'm really attracted to things that remind me of my youth, whether it's jelly sandals, whether it's overalls, it patches to me. It's like wearing stickers. Like I'm in this very because I'm not corporate and because I'm currently my own boss, I've like started dressing like a 13-year-old. And but I kind of love it and I'm having so much fun with it. Um and so some of the brands that I like, Dressed in Lala is one. I don't like everything they have, but I like a lot of the things that they have. Um, and I'm trying to think of some other ones. I love Aviator Nation, but only like a couple select pieces. I don't want to be like Aviator Nation from head to toe kind of things. I love the idea of mixing highs and lows because you can have a really expensive handbag and then you can mix it with a pair of Gap denim and still elevate the whole look. But I'm definitely in my t-shirt, hoodie, overall, jelly sandals casual, playful, like vibe because I'm not really going anywhere right now that's asking me to be anything different. Um, Amy, do you want to talk about your 67 black handbags?
That's for the Hoarders Anonymous meeting, but I will share that first of all, I want to say that that Nashville story is true, and I have seen Elise be complimented on her outfit choices more times than I can count. I mean, this girl always gets compliments on her clothing and her style. And I'll tell you, so I actually made a joke one time. We were getting off of a plane, and again, someone was like, "Oh my gosh, this is working for you. I love this and all this." And I just like rolled my eyes and I was like, I said to her as we were going down the jetway, I'm like, what? Nobody likes my travel merino wool? Like, huh? Because that's always what I wear when I travel. It's so boring, literally so boring. And I was just cracking up. Like, again, I get stuck in a rut. But when I do buy actual clothes that I'm going to wear out of my house and not on a travel day, I love brands like Alice and Olivia. Is that it? Or other way around? Olivia and Alice? I don't know. And I do love Veronica Beard. Thank you for showing that amazing outfit. And on the high end, I really like Carolina Herrera or Herrera, your choice.
Classic.
Um, oh, the best, right? I know I think it's that we're not supposed to talk about body shapes anymore as fruit, but I am pear-shaped. I don't really know what else to call it. So I always like things that are like a little bit slimmer on top and a little bit more A-line on the bottom. So that's what I tend to gravitate toward. And I do need to try some new things, probably. It would be good for me.
I love that. And Elise, I think that people comment on you with your style, especially probably, I mean, maybe everywhere, but maybe in Seattle area more so, is because people are scared to be bold. People are scared
Mhm.
to stand out. Um, And even when I work with people in the beginning, when I work with them, because we create a relationship and we work for years together, but in the beginning, when you work with somebody, you can even if somebody wants to be a peer with anything that you do, you can just take one step up. So we take a step up. But after you take that one step, you start to feel good in the things that you're wearing, and then you feel more confident in trying bolder things. But that is not a common thing. And I love that you're able to just like go out there and put those prints. And I love jelly sand. I have these jelly slides, and when I do school drop off, they're like light blue. They're my favorite thing. I wear them all the time. I love them.
Mhm. Well, and I didn't always I wasn't always dressing so bold and outrageous and playful. I definitely was trying to dress like the Joneses in my magazine era, right? And I didn't have a very big budget at the time. And so I was trying to do a lot with a little, and that's when I was really kind of fine-tuned my craft of thrifting and consignment and hunting the deal rack so I could look like I had all the things, but on a very small budget.
Mhm.
So it's really only been in a post-COVID world that I feel like, and maybe it's being in a new decade and being like, yeah, I don't care what other people think anymore. I'm dressing for me. I think that could be, and I'm not dressing to date, even
Yeah.
though I'm like painfully single. Like I also like can't do the dating apps. And so it's kind of like, I just don't care. And so with that, with that comes this, I just do it whatever makes me happy.
hmm And Amy, even going back to you, your style is more classic and feminine. So that is why the 90s looks are not you. Like you mentioned, Veronica Beard, Alice and Olivia, so feminine, so classy, colorful, beautiful pieces. Like, yeah, 90s look is not your thing. FYI. So don't worry, you don't have to try it. Um, and these are just to name like a few more mid-range brands that work well, but J. Crew is great for basics that have a
They
fun
are.
take on color, styles, and prints. They kind of were off my radar for styling clients for a few months, but I just went in last week with the client and they are back. They have some new fun things in for summer skirts, linens, beautiful things. They actually do have, Amy, they do have a beautiful linen set and dress that looks like Veronica Beard and it's not. And I'm like, oh my gosh, if this were Veronica Beard, it'd be 698, but it's at J. Crew for 198. It was very cool. It's a beautiful print. When you see it, you'll know. You'll know.
Okay,
Um, Rag
great.
and Bone, great for edgy pieces, casual wear,
I like rag
custom
and bone.
cloth, great denim at a good price point for a lot of
Mhm.
different body types and sizes.
And
Uh,
it washes really well. I will say
yeah,
the cut from the cloth washes really well.
they've done a great job the past, I think, like 5 years. I don't like their other clothing though. I just like their jeans because they have like shirts and all this. No. Um, Theory, great for solid workwear, busy life. They have some beautiful pieces for also going out for like a nice dinner. And then Madewell, always like a cool casual day to day wear. But lately, I feel like their quality is kind of going down. So people tend to
Mhm.
not wear it as much. They used to do a better job. Um, so is it normal to think, will I ever figure out what my style is? It is normal. This client, back to the capsule wardrobe, Marin really believed when she came to work with me, she's like, I want a capsule wardrobe, all neutrals, but her personality was so feminine, so playful. She enjoyed detailing the things, and her wardrobe was actually disconnecting her personality from who, like everything was being disconnected when she was getting dressed. And I'm like, okay, we need to step outside, find new colors, textures, silhouettes. She ended up doing a photo shoot with her new clothing because she felt so good in the new pieces that we got. So sometimes finding your style isn't just about buying more, it's giving yourself permission to try something new. And then Tina, we worked with each other for years, helping her get out of just wearing t-shirt and jeans every day and exploring different options. Uh, so what excites you about rediscovering your style now that we just went through this?
Well, one thing I've been thinking about, because I have to find ways to entertain myself down here in the country, is there are several Instagrammers that I follow. I'm trying to think of the Astrid. There's this one gal, Astrid. I feel like she's European, but she does this every day. She gets dressed. I mean, from her undies all the way up, and she has a great wardrobe. I definitely don't want to get on Instagram in my undies, to be clear, but I love watching her put together her looks every day. Um, and so I thought, I have all these clothes that are just not being worn, and I just tend to go to rewear the same things for 2 weeks straight because they're comfortable or it's my favorite at the moment. But what would happen if every day I tried on a different outfit and did like the outfit of the day? And I can post it, I don't have to post it, but like for myself, I really started trying on my actual clothes again and decide like, oh man, this fits better than the last time I put it on and I really like it. Or, yeah, no, I can let this go now. Like, I think I can let this go. So I need to play in my own closet before I just keep adding to cart. Like, I just don't, I have like, I don't need any more cool t-shirts. I have like 40 cool t-shirts.
Yeah, I love that. Playing with your style, finding new ways to wear things. It's a big one.
I would also, the one other thing I'd like to say, and that I definitely want to hear from Amy is I am well, I'm obviously struggling to get rid of anything, but I'm really struggling to get rid of heels, even though I haven't worn a heel in 5 years. But what if I need them and I want to have all the options and oh, they look so cute in my closet, even though I don't even have a closet right now? Like I've definitely entered my flat and sneaker era. So you would think I would just be able to hang on to like two pairs of heels or something, and I can't get rid of any of them.
Yeah, it's having to look, yeah.
No.
I completely get that. Yeah. And okay, here's what happens to me. I will start with a closet edit. I'm pretty good about like, okay, yes, this can go. I really don't, I mean, I don't do the turn the hanger around thing. I could, but I haven't done that. But what I used to say, every time I do that, I edit my closet and I put a bunch of stuff like in a black garbage bag to take to donate or whatever. I'll go like 3 days later, I'll be like, "Oh, that freaking dress would have been perfect. And I just donated it. Oh my God." And I'll freak out and I'll be like, see, this is why I don't get rid of anything. And someone pointed out to me I don't know, a couple of years ago, like, no, it's because you just handled that garment. That's why it came to mind. But where
Mm,
was it before you edited it? And I was like, it was in the very back of my closet, like stuffed under a pile of dirty laundry, right? Because I hadn't thought about it. I hadn't cared for it. I hadn't ironed it. Like there was nothing going on with that garment except it was just stuffed there. And then I was like, oh yeah, this was cute, but I'm editing my closet. It's kind of high maintenance. I don't want to iron it. So I put it in the bag and then all of a sudden decided I needed it. No. So what I did the next time was I took my donation bags and I like put them away like in my storage room. And I was like, I get to keep these for a year and see if I dig through them and, get anything out that I think I need to wear. And guess what? I didn't open any of the bags.
Oh, that's
So I then donated them a year later.
so
So
good.
that's my little story. But what excites me the most about rediscovering my style is kind of just to see like, hey, um, this sounds so dumb. Can I find like comfortable clothes that look kind of cute, but they feel like pajamas?
You would be surprised.
Oh,
COVID
good.
has changed the fashion scene so much that the top thing, even for my clients that like travel or on stage doing stuff, I swear to you, not the top thing that people say when we're discovering what their style is and what they need. I need comfort. That could be
Yes.
shoes, fabrics. That is like the top thing. Nobody wants something so restrictive anymore, unless of course it's like a special event and they are like on, they have like this gala and they have to wear this gown. But people of whatever they're doing in their life, wherever they're at, I swear to you, top thing, comfort. And it's possible.
Excellent.
Yeah, very possible. Okay, so now you can see these small changes, how they can help you feel more confident every day. And my free gift to you, there's a QR code. So if you do want to hop on a 20-minute free call, we can talk about how we can uncover what's holding you back, talk about your style in this next chapter. With the closet edit, we offer services that are going through the closet if you just want to do that. But our most popular package is doing the three-step process where we go through the closet, create that shopping plan, talk about the gaps, discover your style, do the shopping, whether it's virtual or in person, and then build outfits. We have an app that we use with our clients, and their client portal where you get to log in. There's inventory of your wardrobe. We take photos of what you own. Things that we purchase, we add to it, and then we're able to mix and match things to create outfits with what you already have. So that is the ultimate goal, just finding the right key pieces to add to your wardrobe. And if you do want the 5-page guide, it's pretty much what we talked about right now, but it's a guide that you can actually write in. Just email me at contact@tanyab.com. It's free. We talk about, it's just a guide of like what we talked about, and it's a little journal that you can go through. So that is what I have for you. Are there any questions? We did get to talk a lot throughout this, which is wonderful. It's my favorite thing. But are there any questions you have?
Tannya, what are your thoughts on jewelry or accessories?
Are you a jewelry
She's
person?
like, I have thoughts.
I have many thoughts.
Yeah, I would love to hear them because I don't know. I will treat like a $50 pair of earrings like a pair that I picked up at Dollar Tree. Like I'll be like, oh, I'm talking on the phone. I have to take this off. And then I like lose so then I just don't end up wearing jewelry. But then I hear people say, well, it makes your look more elevated. You should be wearing it. No, I don't know.
Yeah. So for somebody that does not wear jewelry often, I do encourage getting a few key pieces. And like you said, if you know yourself and you lose it, don't invest in like diamond earrings or anything. Get a mid-range price point, get a few items that literally go with everything, but not so basic that they're boring. That's another thing. Like it's so easy to get caught up in being so basic that it's boring. You can get something that has a little bit of texture, or maybe it's not a complete stud. Maybe it's something that has, it's a little bit bigger than a typical stud. Like you can have fun with it and get two earrings that just go with everything, two necklaces that go with everything, and use that. And then when you lose it, get more. For the people that like extra, today I am not wearing all my jewelry. I am the extra jewelry person. I do believe that jewelry, it can make an outfit. Like if you were doing, let's just talk for you. If you just have like a t-shirt, your nice Veronica Beard jeans, some cute sneakers, nice belt, just a nice piece, a nice earring just makes the outfit. Just looks very classy and very put together than if you didn't. It kind of just completes the look. So I do believe jewelry is essential, even for somebody that's minimal in jewelry, just finding your minimal pieces and adding it. And if you do like extra, which I'm not doing today, go extra. Wear all the jewelry. I do encourage also for people that do like jewelry, I love vintage pieces
Mm.
because they do not make jewelry like they used to before. I'm in love with vintage jewelry, but also just cheaper jewelry and nice jewelry. Yeah, I like to mix it. I like to mix all my jewelry together.
That's perfect. Thank you so much. That's helpful.
Worse. Any other questions? Nope.
Why do you think, why do you think hoarders like myself, like what's really, I buy in bulk and then I can't get rid of anything. And it's like, I don't really know what that's about. I feel like I'm turning into my grandma Bryson. And I remember she had the longest closet. She didn't have a walk-in, but she had like, it was the full length of her bedroom.
Mhm,
And it was organized by color.
mhm.
Um, but I'm sure I never saw her wear half of it. But I mean, I just it's so hard to get rid of something because, and we talked about this earlier, but there have been times where I'm like, I got rid of something, didn't even think twice about it, but it was like 3 years later, 5 years later, 10 years later, I'm like, oh, why don't I still have that? And it's silly. It's not like I can't go buy something else, but there is some emotional attachment to things for me where either, I don't know, I had a good day in it, I felt skinny in it. I don't know what it is, but I have a hard time letting go of things.
Did you not grow up with a lot? Did you grow up in like lower middle class or
Yeah. Yeah. That's
that
probably what that
tends to
is.
be that tends to be what happens is that you see your parents feeling like we have to hold on to everything because what if something comes up and we have to buy it and we can't afford to buy it? We don't have the time. We don't have not even time. It's like we don't have the money to buy that. So
Hmm.
you want to keep everything just in case.
Hmm.
And people that hoard, whether it's clothing or just materials to around the house, it's that you're scared that you might need it. And what if you don't
Hmm.
have the resources? And it could be because you grew up seeing your parents do that. You mentioned your grandma do that, so they hold on to everything. Um, and that's usually where it tends to come from, is just like that fear of like, oh my, like you mentioned, like, oh my gosh, what if I need that dress and I don't have it?
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
realistically, there are a million stores online now too, where you can actually just
Hmm.
get another dress, you know?
Hmm.
Um, so it's that fear that you have.
Well, and I'm hoping with this recent move with putting everything into storage, well, putting a lot of things into storage and dealing with the volume of how much stuff I have, that this like separation from it will help my connection with it. And it'll be easier to let stuff go when I look at it again 3 months from now, 6 months from now, whenever it is, because I will have not have seen it and be like, oh yeah, no, I really don't need that. Like the idea of minimalism and the idea of being able to mix and match my wardrobe because I can see everything, it sounds great.
Yeah.
Um, I also think that part of it for me, being a plus size gal, is that there are a lot of options now, and there's a lot more size inclusivity now than there ever has been, but there wasn't for a very long time. And so I think that is playing into it as well. Or it could even be my weight has gone up and down my whole life, so I don't want to get rid of everything because I'm just assuming my weight's going to go up again at some point. So that's probably psychologically playing in there as well.
Yeah. Again, it's like fear, it's lack, it's not knowing like what's going to happen. It's the insecurity of like the future and what, which we all have in different ways, but it's coming out
Mhm.
in the clothing too, of like, I need this. Like, what if, you know? Yeah. And maybe with time, separating yourself from it, it could help, but sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it
Sometimes it
doesn't.
doesn't. Mhm.
Any other questions?
No, I feel like Amy and I got the VIP treatment today, so
We
I'm not mad
did.
about that
Yeah.
at
So
all.
lucky. This was
No,
so helpful, Tanya. Thank you so much.
of course. I could talk about this stuff all, I mean, I do talk, I have a podcast too. I talk about this all day.
Excellent. That was great. Thank you.
Oh, what a great evening. Thank you guys for being here.
Well, very fun, very fun. Thank you so much for coming tonight and sharing your wisdom. Also, it's a beautiful presentation, and I very much enjoy your font selections.
Thank you.
Me too. I noticed them.
I had so much fun with it.